Hey everybody, this is Alex Oliver back with another episode of Project Onward Artists at Home. We took last week off, but I'm really excited to be back to bring you a new installment, this time with Michael Hopkins, a true outsider artist, a very talented individual, and has been with Project Onward since the very beginning, if I'm not mistaken. But we'll find out all that and more when we get him here to talk to us. And if he's online, it should just be a moment or two. All right, looks like we're waiting for him to log on still. So, as always, I want to encourage you to go to projectonward.org, check out their store on Threadless. A bunch of Michael Hopkins stuff just went up today, and it's really spectacular. I also can't wait to tell you more about the special virtual fall fundraiser that's happening next week, but we'll get to all that later. Looks like Michael's online, so I'm going to go ahead and bring him on board here, and we'll get this interview started.
Yeah.
Hey, Michael, how are you?
Hey, I'm okay. How are you?
Fantastic.
Newlywed?
I'm doing well, thanks. Yeah, well, I don't know how new it is anymore. It's been a whole year now at this point, but thank you so much. We just
Yeah.
celebrated our first anniversary, and my
Wow.
wife Whitney is behind the camera today, so thank
Yeah,
you.
she's here.
Yeah, thanks for helping out. There she is. Um, but you're the star of the show today, Michael, and I'm so glad you were able to join us.
Yeah.
Can you see and hear me all right?
I see and hear you perfectly.
Fantastic. I'm really glad you were able to go into the studio today for the interview. I see you're there at your space with a bunch of your work behind
Yeah.
you. What has it been a while since you've been back to the studio?
Well, uh,
Have you been popping in to pick up materials or things?
I've been coming through, not not too frequently, but I come through with some paintings, and I pass them to uh, Robin.
Ah, excellent.
Yeah, and I'm still working. In other words, I'm still working. I'm working at home.
Yeah, it's been really amazing. Everyone I've talked to since the beginning of the pandemic has still been hard at work. I know it's probably a little different, creating a space at home where you can be creative and work, but everyone's been real busy. It's been pretty amazing.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
trying to keep going.
hmm
Mm.
are you a Chicago native?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. All right. And what side of town are you living on these days?
Well, now I'm living on the north side, but I grew up on the west side.
I see. All right. Chicago, of course, produced some amazing art over the years, but also very well known for being the home of of blues and jazz. So many amazing blues and jazz artists, many of which we can see behind you right now.
Oh,
Because I love
yeah.
talking to the artists about music. I'm such a huge music fan, and
That's,
so many of the artists at Project Onward are. But you work almost exclusively with musical subjects. You do some other stuff too, but you're very well known for capturing the spirit of really legendary musicians.
yeah, they have to capture my spirit, and then I portray it down on that paper.
That's
Yeah,
excellent.
that's how we communicate, us art lovers.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a very reciprocal thing for sure. Now, you've kind of dealt with musicians from all genres, but you seem to have a particular interest in jazz and blues. Do you think part of that is because you're from Chicago, a city with such a rich history in those genres?
Yeah, I could say, I would say so. I would say so.
Yeah. Do you remember growing up, the like blues music was it really important to you?
Yes, we used to go down. They used to have blues every Sunday at. We used to go down to Maxwell Street, and we used to call it something else, but I think that might be offensive to people. So I just say Maxwell Street.
I see.
And we used to go out, and they had their wares out on the street, and you could go down and have polishes and listen to the live jazz and the live blues. It was just a wonderful time, and I'm sad that it left. But
hmm
I think it's now. now they have the bazaar, like a bazaar, and now they have it on Clark Street. Wait, uh, it's a little farther down from mm,
I think it is Clark Street.
it's Clark,
Yeah.
The but
Clark,
yeah,
Clark Street.
the bazaar you said?
Yeah,
Is this
have,
like a festival of sorts? I'm not familiar with this.
well, it's only open on Sunday.
Oh,
They,
I see.
you
And
know,
the
they yeah, they come and lay out all this stuff on Sunday, and
oh,
yeah,
I see what
uh-huh.
you're saying. Yeah, like somewhere for artists to kind of display their work.
Yeah, yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
excellent.
uh-huh.
Now, you we can see behind you there. You work with a lot of
Well,
you do a lot of work on cardboard, and you
hmm
got a wall filled with those kind of smaller portraits, but you do occasionally do much larger ones. There we've got, oh
well,
yeah, look at that.
yeah, we got a lot of guitars,
Uh-huh.
and I put all the guitars together. Uh,
So you
this
kind
here
of
guy,
have them
this here,
organized by their instrument there.
yeah.
Now,
Uh,
Who's that you're holding in your hand there? Let's have a look.
this is Bill Duggan,
Excellent.
and he made one hit, as far as I know.
Oh,
You know, and they still play it right now, today. And
wow.
it still is as famous as it was. It's still famous every time you hear it.
Do you know the
You know.
name of the song? I don't know if I'm familiar with it.
Uh, uh,
Well, that's okay. We could look it up. Bill Doggett, you said his name was?
yeah,
Fantastic.
Bill.
Excellent. I'll check that out. Now, I'm glad that you showed off one of your larger kind of cardboard cutouts because I actually have one of your pieces,
Oh
and
yeah,
I want to show it to everyone right now because it's one of my favorites. But here we have the
I,
legendary Chuck Mangione
yeah,
from the iconic "Feel So Good" album cover.
I
Uh,
do. Yeah,
yeah, say what you will about Chuck. It may not be the most
I-
authentic jazz music, definitely more of the smooth jazz genre, but he had some jams. All right,
yeah.
feels so good has a great groove. I defy you to not tap your feet
I
when that song
always
comes on.
I have him around all the time.
Excellent.
I do them. I duplicate a lot of my work.
Hmm.
I uh, I do it several times. You know.
Right.
Uh,
I mean, people love your work. Everyone wants one, so it's I'm sure you have no problem selling the duplicates.
well, I tell you, this here is a, a, a medium like uh, kind of like uh, hmm, what can I say? Uh, uh, some people call it folk art.
Oh, sure.
Some
Mhm.
some people call it uh,
Outsider art.
Outsider art, sure.
it could be that yeah yeah
Yeah.
they
Well,
call it.
and it's important to note, I mean, some of the artists there have like varying degrees of art education, but you are an outsider artist in the truest sense of the word, in that you are completely self-taught. Isn't that
Yeah
right?
yeah.
How now, do you remember when you first started kind of exploring your creative side and making art? What was it like? How old were you? Do you think you know?
Well, I think I took my first painting to my father, and he was in the bed, and I was 6, and
Wow.
I wanted to show him this little picture I made, and he liked it, and he said you ought to keep it up, and that's what I've been doing.
That's fantastic. So he recognized your talent and really encouraged it, huh?
Yeah, yeah. I had a lot of support in art because that's where every school I went to, they always gave me uh, opportunities to show my art in
Mm.
the school, you know, and I thought that was something.
Oh,
You
that's
know.
so great. That's
Yeah.
so great. Well, I'm glad you've still got a great outlet for it in Project Onward. Your stuff is so eye-catching. I mean, I'm immediately drawn to it as soon as I walk into the studio. I had the pleasure of helping Whitney. Uh, she just gave me a stack of those smaller ones and had me just pick which one should go up on the store because
Yeah.
I'm such a huge music fan. So I was just like, it was really hard to decide, honestly, because they were all so good. And again, they span genres. I mean, old jazz and blues stuff, contemporary pop and hip hop. You do
Yeah.
it all. Um,
Yeah. I like it all. You
yeah.
know,
Now
that's what I,
you're a musician yourself. I understand you used to play congas in a band. Isn't that right?
yeah, I used to play congas. Uh, I need a new pair.
Yeah.
And I haven't did it in a while, but I still like it. You know, I've been looking for a little group of drummers to hang out with, but I haven't found any yet.
Yeah. Get a nice drum circle going or something. Have you always been kind of more into percussion?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. More in
That's excellent.
percussion. I love percussion.
Yeah.
Uh, they give me a big rhythm, a big sound. You know,
Absolutely.
I
Yeah.
like I like to carry. Carry the group. With the bass rhythms,
Hmm.
and they can play whatever they want to play on that rhythm. But I start it and keep it going. And
Yeah.
it's great.
Well,
It's great.
there's an old saying that a band is only as good as their drummer, and I definitely agree with that. I mean, it don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing, right, Michael?
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's excellent. So who are some of your some of your favorite subjects that you've painted over the years? Who are some of the artists that have really inspired you? I mean, I'm looking through some of your work now, and I'm seeing there's a great portrait of Prince right here on your profile on
Yeah,
projectonward.org. I've seen Aretha Franklin. Here I'm looking
yeah,
at Bo Diddley.
hmm
Even again some more contemporary artists. So I've seen Tupac. Um,
yeah.
I've seen Beyonce, Jay Z. What are some of your favorites? Were there some that you remember being particularly inspired by?
Really, all of them inspire me. All of them do, because there's something about each picture that makes me want to paint it. And they give me the instructions right there. To how to frame it and how to translate it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think it's a gift that they give through their appearances, and their shows, and their music is fabulous.
Hmm.
So I can't say, but Louis Armstrong, he do have a special quality. I would say that I do him a lot.
That's great. Yeah, I mean, in addition to being a great player, he was very visually interesting with the Satchmo, the
Yeah,
big
yeah,
he could hold all that air in his cheeks, and he was just
yeah.
such a
Well,
big commanding force.
well, that's Dizzy Gillespie. He was the one holding all that air in his cheeks.
Oh, sure,
Dizzy,
sure, yeah.
yeah, that was Dizzy.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, right.
Uh-huh.
Because Louis's nickname was Satchmo, right? Or am I confusing that with someone
Well,
else?
that's the same man. Louis Armstrong and Satchmo is the same man.
Right. Okay. Okay. So I got the nicknames right, but I'm thinking of the big cheeks was Dizzy. Um,
Yeah.
I think I may have mentioned this already, but a bunch of your work just went up on the store to coincide with this interview, and
Hmm.
everyone should go check it out. I'm going to tell you just a few of the artists that you'll find are Lionel Hampton, great vibes player, one of my favorites.
Yeah.
We
I know.
got Miles Davis, of course,
Right.
who needs no explanation, legendary.
Yeah.
Janelle Monáe is up
Uh,
there. You
yeah.
also got outside of the like jazz, blues, R&B. You've even got Boy George on there, who's another one
Oh
of my
yeah.
favorite artists.
Oh
So
yeah.
whatever genre you're into, Michael's probably got a portrait that you'll want to own, and they're all really affordable and incredibly well done. So go get a piece today. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm just so impressed by your work. Now I talked about this on a previous episode. I'm still kind of learning. I only recently learned about this gouache technique, which is kind of what you use mostly when you work. Can you tell me a little bit more about that and why you like it so much?
Well, gouache is a deeper watercolor. It's like a watercolor. Maybe it is. I don't know, but it works with water, and you get actual watercolors with that. Then you got your medium. You got your medium. You got your watercolors, and you got your gouache. And anytime you want to emphasize something, you use the gouache. Like emphasize the face or make the shapes. It's got it, and then you put the watercolors on the inside. That's how I do it. I kind of figure it out how it's formed there, and then the watercolors go on the inside. And sometimes I use gouache in there too, if it's necessary. But gouache is a real good tool to have if you're doing watercolors, because some of them just bleed through.
Yeah. So it sounds like you can definitely kind of capture their expressions a little better using
Right.
the gouache technique, right? Yeah.
Right.
And since most of your portraits are of musicians in kind of a live setting, it's all like them kind of actually performing, playing their instruments. It's important
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
be able to really capture that expression. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, it works. Yeah, definitely. Keep it up. We got some comments rolling in here about some of the artists you've painted. There's a really, again, you can't help but notice his work as soon as you walk in. Even before you walk into the studio, you're greeted by B.B. King holding Lucille, his guitar, and that one's huge. I mean, that's life size practically.
Yeah.
That's such an amazing piece. How long do you think it took you to make that one, Michael?
Well, most of the time it took was waiting for the cardboard.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
looking around the website for cardboard places that had, and we got the cardboard, and I think it took us about with the breaks and everything about 6 months. About 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And,
mean because that's a lot of cardboard
mhm.
together, stuck together like that. You know.
And on
And
average, about how long does it take you to do some of those smaller portraits that we've seen?
all these, this is a Dion Warwick.
Oh, excellent.
Over there. That's a Dion Warwick right there. And this is the famous Charlie Parker. Yeah.
Excellent.
And I do them. I do maybe. It's a process in doing these. Maybe I'll cut out about three so, and I'll come back and paint it. So it's a process because the cutting out is kind of difficult on your hands to
Hmm.
yeah. And you start cutting them, how many you wanted to do, and you start painting them. That's how I do all of these little small paintings. I do them the same way. I'll draw maybe 5, and I'll come to the studio and paint maybe 3.
Hmm.
See, and so everything is cut up. It ain't all one that time. It's different time.
Sounds like you figured out a pretty good routine
Yeah.
there. Yeah, that helps you kind of really maximize your productivity because you
Oh,
really crank it out. I mean, this is just a
but
small sample of your work that we're seeing here today.
yeah.
Yeah. There are some comments about artists that you may have done, and I should point out to everyone that Michael Hopkins is available for commissions. So if there's
Oh,
someone you want to see that he hasn't done,
I got a
first,
commission.
yeah.
I'm waiting for the lady to come pick it up.
Oh, cool. What?
Yeah.
Who did she commission you for?
Coco Taylor.
Oh, excellent. That's really cool. Someone asked if you've done a seal. The
Yes,
series.
I have.
Yeah. All right. I had a feeling you might have. You got him
It's,
handy? How about that?
yeah, I was just looking at it.
Excellent. That's another very, very visually striking person,
Yeah.
Seal. So probably made for a pretty inspirational subject. Bill wants to know if you've done Sun Ra. I think I have seen a Sun Ra at the studio.
Uh, yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to find him right now, but I'm pretty sure I saw one there at some point. But again, commission Michael to do one if you want to see it. Um, I'm a huge fan. You know who one of my favorite jazz guys is? I love the saxophonists, particularly like
Uh,
tenor sax. Dexter Gordon might be my favorite jazz musician. Have you done Dexter?
I believe I did.
Yeah. I might need to commission you for it if you haven't.
Uh, well,
I don't know if you got Dexter up there.
he's not up there, but
Yeah. I'll look for him next time I'm there.
I got a stack. He
Excellent.
might be.
Yeah, I might need to start a collection of some of my favorite jazz guys because
Yeah, I
yeah, I
did a
really like.
quite. I had one at one time. All I had was horns and saxophone on
Hmm.
this wall, and then I started to add different things because everybody just ain't jazz fans and
Sure.
blues,
Yeah.
you know, and I know that, so I started putting a little pop, a little rock, a little uh, uh, uh,
R&B.
Yeah.
R&B. Yeah,
Yeah, you even got yeah. Again, I mentioned Boy George. I mean, you got some like new wave, some '80s new wave stuff in there. There's a great Fleetwood Mac. You've done a couple Fleetwood Macs actually.
hmm
Um, Again, I'm looking through. You got Hendrix. You got the Notorious B.I.G. You got Chance the Rapper. I mean, there you go. You right up until this, the last few years. You're really you got your finger on the pulse. There's
Fleetwood
Fleetwood
Mac.
Mac there. Fantastic. Is that okay? Yeah. So is that even before? No, Stevie Nicks is in there. I thought that might have been the original lineup there.
Mm,
That definitely looks like it's from an earlier era, though.
yeah,
Excellent.
maybe.
Well, Ali says you did an amazing job on a commission of Janelle Monáe. Yeah, you really did. I've seen that one. It's spectacular. Um, but again, the musicians are something that you're really known for. Clearly, something you're very passionate about. But you
Oh,
have been known to take on some other subjects. So
mhm.
let's talk a little bit more about what else inspires you. I see some more kind of like natural elements, some animals. There's some really great examples of a series of owls that you did here on
Sure.
on the website.
What?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, here's
Oh
it.
yeah, please.
Janelle Monáe.
Oh
Yeah,
yes, very nice.
yeah. That sweater she got on, that turned out pretty good because I just got a lot of different color and it just stood out.
Hmm.
Stood out. I tried to duplicate what she was actually wearing.
That's excellent. Very well
Yeah.
done. Well, as I was saying, you've taken on a lot of other subjects as well. Another theme that I've noticed throughout your work is just kind of Black history in general. I mean, the music, of course, is a major part of that, but there are other aspects of Black history that you're really fascinated in.
Right.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, the struggle of Black America. It's just it's always there that one time or another, people had issues and they needed some help with, and they marched just like they're marching now, you know, and
Hmm.
so that's something that hasn't gone away. So you might as well get used to it because it's there to stay. I just hope that everything works out and we can move on. But however it goes, whatever, I'm all right. I'll keep I'll keep it up. Just keep on doing my thing here and stay out of it. You know, I really, this is why I'm here. I mean, this takes me out of society, out of conflicts, worries, all that stuff. This is what does it for me, and that's why I try to portray the artist as well as I can. You know, because like I said, some of them look like folks, some of them look like cartoons, some of them whatever they come out to be. I let it go. You know, don't mess. You know, that's just raw. Like, you know, you're saying raw.
Yeah.
And you get new stuff, you know. You let it go and there you got some new stuff, you know, and then what do you call it? I call it art.
Sure. Well,
Yeah.
that reminds me of, you know, we were talking about the different ways to kind of describe, you know, outsider art or folk art. I have heard it described as intuitive art as well,
Mm,
which is really sounds like that's kind of really how you approach it. You just sort of let whatever happens happen
right,
and move on to the next thing.
right.
Yeah, that's spectacular. Well, yeah, and again, you know, regarding the Black history and the struggle that we're still seeing today, there's still a lot to be learned. And historically, art has been, you know, a major part of kind of the progress and moving toward that goal. And I think it's really amazing that you've decided to use your art and your voice to help push things forward.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Because uh, I, let's see, I got Dick Gregory up there on the wall. Uh, 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 Whitney, I wanted to show him Dick Gregory on the wall there.
Which one?
Here.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
I think I've seen that one in there before.
Sorry, I'm not very good at navigating
No,
this.
no, it's okay.
There I go. I think that's it.
There he is. Yep. Yeah. Legendary.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he just passed fairly recently, isn't that right?
Well, yes, it's been,
I'm looking at just within the last couple of years, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 2017. Dick
uh,
Gregory died. Yeah, I mean, legendary comic, but also an important uh, political voice too.
yeah,
Really, very socially conscious individual.
right. I
So,
always add something to the wall, you know, from that era, you know.
hmm
You know, I had King up here and uh, Jesse Jackson and a few more. Uh, uh, but you know, I've done so much different stuff. I don't know. Yeah, I just put it up there and let it speak for itself, you know.
hmm Excellent.
And art.
Well, you got a lot of fans. Adrienne Welt actually just chimed in. She's so excited about her commission of Coco Taylor. So there you go. Thank you, Michael. She adds. Thank you, Adrian. Thank you for commissioning him for that. Someone else did chime in. I think it was our old pal Sloop Bobby D up here. Yeah, there we go. Hey, you can do a Frank Zappa commission for me. I'll set it up with Robin. Excellent. Please do. I'm sure he'd be happy to. Zappa
Sure.
would be a cool one. Yeah, he would be he would really pop in a
Yeah.
Michael Hopkins portrait for sure. Um, well, you know, in addition to all of the amazing work of Michael's that you can see at the gallery in Project Onward, you do also have a large installation at the McCormick Place Marriott, isn't that right?
Right. Yeah,
That
it's
must
on
be
the
really exciting.
yeah on the third floor. It's they put up a wall like with a big frame, and they took 156 of my paintings and put them in that frame, and now they
Wow.
got it on the hall, you know. And actually, that's how how it all started. It was through the tourists.
Uh-huh.
Tourists come to town. We was at the culture center, and tourists come through town and they wanted to take something home, but they didn't want to take nothing big. They could put this in their purse, take it home, put a little frame. I went to Chicago, I got that. You know,
Yeah.
so that's where it's all start from. It was a lady coming there, and she was a really nice lady, and she liked blues and jazz. She used to work for a radio station. She brought me to all the music and the pictures, some of them, that she liked. And I started working with her, and she was supplying me with that. So I said, well, this is great. These are the people that I always wanted to portray in my way. And it took off. I ain't stopped, you know. I haven't stopped.
That's so great. I'm glad that people are recognizing your talent, and
Yeah,
I'm glad that it's become a tourist attraction, because it really is. I mean, you represent a lot of great Chicago artists, that's for sure.
yeah, well,
Yeah,
I'm glad.
yeah. Whitney chimed in here in the comments. She said she'd love to see your new larger scale piece. Can you show it to us? Which piece
Oh,
is she referring to there?
she took to my, I think that's a quartet.
Oh, that's so great. Is this are these musicians anybody in particular, or is this just kind of a
Well, it's just kind of a group
uh-huh.
that I picked up and I seen it and I had to do it. So
Yeah,
it, it's what it is.
that's excellent. It's nice,
Yeah.
nice jazz quartet. I see you got your bass, you got someone on the clarinet there. What were the other instruments we had there?
Other instrument,
Yeah.
we had a trumpet
Okay.
down
Trumpet and oh, great. And saxophone up
here.
there on.
You got a bass, you got a flute, and you got a sax.
Excellent.
Yeah, sax. Yeah,
That's great. Man, that's so colorful and vibrant
yeah,
too. I really love that.
it is. It is. I worked
Is,
on this a lot just to get that color.
now is that also on cardboard, Michael?
No, that's on canvas board.
Cool. All right.
Yeah, it's in a frame. It's canvas board.
That's
I,
excellent.
yeah, I like to work with that uh, type of material. I'm
Cool.
I'm doing I'm getting bigger. Oh, I didn't knock something down. I'm getting bigger with these sizes here.
Ah,
8 by 10.
Yeah, 8 by 10s. They're nice to work on because I would use acrylic with
hmm,
these, and they do make beautiful pictures on these. You
very
know.
cool. Well, you mentioned just a moment ago something about the Cultural Center, and of course, our regular viewers who know the history of Project Onward know that it kind of started there. You've been with the organization for quite some time. What is it, 12 years?
Yes, yes, about
Can you tell
12
us a
years.
little bit about your early days with Project Onward and how you ended up at Project Onward?
Oh well, I used to do my work at the park, park district. I learned about a guy. His name is Victor Velez. He was the director of the art department, you know. And so we got to talking, and he told me that I could come in on any days I picked. I picked a couple of days to come and work. And we got so to knowing each other to where we started working together, you know.
Hmm.
And we were just in the big studio, me and him. He doing his thing over there, and I'm on the other side. And we just worked until maybe 5 o'clock. From I don't know. We started about 10:30, and worked to about 5. You know, and we started doing that. And so his program was getting ready to end. They were getting ready to take that program out of the park. I had been there 7 years already, so I I said, well, I'll find somewhere else. But he said, wait a minute, I got somewhere else I want you to go. And he told me about Project Onward. And they tell me that before it moved to the Culture Center, it was at it was The name of it was Group 37 or something like
Gallery
that.
37.
Gallery
Mm.
37.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they came from there to the Culture Center, and from the Culture Center to Bridgeport here. Well, them the only places that I've been with them through the Culture Center and here. These are the only two places I came. But I came in. I think it was early. This program had started a little earlier than me, than I came,
Mm-hmm.
and it was nice. It was nice, and we hit it off good. I brought a lot of art to let him see it, to let him show him that I'm an artist. I was driving a minivan. I filled it up and I brought it to the dock over there at the Culture Center. I had it unloaded on the dock, and they took it. The director at that time and the manager, they took it upstairs. The room was crowded, and they couldn't get any more art in there. I had did so much, you know.
Wow.
I, so much. I do have uh, quite a bit left
I believe it.
from the park. I did at the park, you know.
That's really
I
cool.
yeah, I got canvases at the park. See,
Yeah.
they gave me canvases.
Well, how do you like working in Project Onward, being around so many other artists with such different styles and diverse backgrounds? Do you find that kind of helps inspire you a bit?
Yeah, quite a bit. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, uh, I was kind of, you know, wondering when I first started. I kind of wondering how it was going to work out with people. This first time I ever worked with a large group of people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, around here, when everybody's working, you can hear a pin drop. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
we're in deep concentration.
Uh-huh.
And see, when I seen that, I was hooked. I can work here, you know, because everybody is just as enthused as I am about their work, you know, and that's how we roll.
Yeah, it's really something to behold. I mean, you're absolutely right. Everyone's very passionate about the work they do. Now, how about when you're working alone? Do you like it to be kind of quiet, or do you usually like to have music playing, or what's
Yeah,
what's your what's your area like?
I have this corner, but you know, I have a radio
Mm-hmm.
and I put it low and I listen to it while I'm working. I think it's just a part of how I started, you know, with music. And sometimes I'm playing the artist that I'm painting.
Oh, that's so great.
Yeah, yeah, it's a CD on there. You know, I don't know if it still works. I ain't used it in a minute, but when, when I first got it, I just burned it up. You know, I went and bought uh, Louie Armstrong's greatest hits, and I put it on. You know, because I heard it over there on the other side. You know, a guy he went and bought it, and I was wondering where he got it from. But the Culture Center sits on the same corner as the place where you buy CDs,
Oh, I
and
see.
he go across the street and get it. You know, so I went across the street and I got me a few, and so I come back and played them. But you know, I took them home and they're stacked in the stack now. So I don't think they'll be played until have some. Uh, I can't say free time because I got plenty of that now.
Yeah, we all do.
I mean, but juggling juggling things around, you know, it's kind of difficult to get in, and it's such not. I mean, it's not so convenient to work at home. You know,
Hmm.
it's it's not like a studio at all. You know, sometimes the lighting is bad. You know, you seeing shadows and you working on shadows.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
You
I'm
know,
glad you brought that up because I do want to talk a little bit about what it's been for you, like personally during the pandemic, and also how it is working. So, if you don't mind, I'd like to start a little bit about just kind of like your personal life because you've had some health issues in the past, and
yeah,
from what I
yeah,
understand, you just got a new kidney pretty recently, isn't that right?
Yeah, I was on
Yeah.
diet for
And
10 years.
that's working out all right for you?
Working fine.
That's such good news. Good. But
Yeah.
I mean, still it kind of puts you at higher risk with regard to the coronavirus. How does that make you feel? Is it kind of scary?
Well, you think about it too long, you kind of get yourself in that space. But
Hmm.
I try not to be in that space at all because I know it's not a good place to be.
Yeah.
See, uh, and plus I've been in recovery for 30 years,
Mm.
and I advise anybody that is going through something like that, having problems and, and, and feeling shaky and not knowing what to do. Whatever you do, don't go backwards.
Yeah.
Try to go forward. Because I think I've set myself in a direction now that I can take with me. This is something I can take with me. It's not like it's gone forever. But after when I was out there, I thought it was gone forever at one time. I'll never get back to that. But
Hmm. Hmm.
as fate would have it, here I am.
Well, it sounds like your approach to life is kind of like your approach to making art. You just keep moving forward
Yeah,
onto the next thing. I think that's a
yeah.
pretty good attitude to have. Well, I ask everyone, of course, what sort of advice you have for any artist who's maybe struggling to find motivation and inspiration right now, because it is kind of scary out there, and we're all working from home. So, what would you tell another artist who maybe is having trouble finding that creative energy?
Well, I could all I could really suggest is hard, but you got to do it. It's no other way. And if you're having a hard time just day to day, you know, I suggest you find something that interests you because or something that you did in your past that you enjoy and you wouldn't mind doing it uh, for I don't know for I don't know. Sometimes you can make a living out of some of the things that people do, you know. And art is a slow business. It's a slow business, but they do pick up, and you do get rewards. And
Absolutely.
and so I just suggest to anybody just wait for the rewards, you know, because you find something that interests you and get involved in it, and wait for the rewards. You know,
Excellent advice. Well, speaking of rewards, what were some of your fondest memories of being at Project Onward? Was there a particular piece you made or a particular show that you were involved in that really stands out? I mean, you've been there for 12 years, so I'm sure there are a lot, but anything in particular that was a real proud moment for you?
a lot of things. Uh, what I really enjoy about Project Onward is we have a beautiful Christmas party,
Hmm.
you know, and we have some of the artists to sing. We have some to dance, and Christmas is just a celebration that I always liked. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but
I don't think you are. I'm sure a lot of people would agree. I've had the pleasure of being part of the Christmas parties there, and they're always a blast.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We had a violinist one day. He come to play.
Really? I don't think I was there for that one. That's really cool.
It's really fun, We joke around and have fun that day and grab some cookies and get out of here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. That's
Yeah.
excellent. Well, Michael, thank you so much. But before I let you go, I just want to give an opportunity to our viewers to ask any questions. If you have any, I'm going to scroll through some of these comments real quick, just see if there's anything I missed. Um, oh, Bill says, "Great elder statesman of Project Onward." That's for sure. Coming, yeah, from one elder statesman to another. That's for sure. A lot of likes and comments. Everyone's so glad you're doing strong, Michael. A lot of love coming in. Oh, here we go. Iris Yoli 47 wants to know, did you dance?
Oh
Maybe
yeah,
she's referring to the parties, but are you a dancer?
oh yeah. I've danced, but I was dancing with a mate. I don't just jump out there and start. No,
Yeah,
it's got to be something that I can do.
sure.
That that's a dance.
Well, we
You know.
all we all know you got the rhythm, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Uh, Nancy wants to know if you sang. Did you sing?
Nancy, I tell you, I sang, but that was a group I was in, and they was we were named the Quatrodelics, and
Wow.
so we did a show, and the man couldn't spell Quatrodelics. He said QDs. He said the QDs.
The
He entered
QDs.
as the QDs, and that was fun. Just laughs. We had because the name we just thought of something.
Yeah, yeah. That's so cool. That's so
Mhm.
cool. I don't know. More of like an R&B group? Was that like a vocal group that you were part of?
Yes, yes, yes. Like Smokey Robinson and the
Sure,
Miracle.
sure. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Chicago has a great history of those. I mean, the Shy Lights, of
I
course, a
like.
great example.
Yeah,
Uh, I think more like in the funk genre, but Rufus are from Chicago, I think too. Isn't that right? Am I right?
Rufus.
Yeah. So what like octave did you sing? I guess is the word I'm looking for, maybe.
I sang a tenor.
Tenor. Okay.
I was a second tenor, and sometimes the first tenor when the second
Yeah.
when the first tenor wasn't there, I sang first tenor. But
Uh,
it was fun. Yeah.
that's fantastic. Well, maybe we can get a QD's reunion one of these days. I don't know. Are any of those other guys still around? You in touch with any of them these days?
Well, I'm in touch with one,
Uh-huh.
and in the group, and he's in touch with the other two. So that's pretty much how we get together. We don't get together because we just talk on the phone sometimes, and because we're doing different things now, and we're in different cities.
Hmm.
Uh, it's kind of hard to get together. But we were thinking about having some kind of reunion or something. But you
Hey,
know,
I'll be in the front row if you do. Just keep us posted. That's
yeah.
excellent. Well, Michael, thank you again so much for taking time to talk to me today. I was really looking forward to this one just because I wanted any opportunity to just geek out about music. I'm always looking
All
forward
right.
to it. But you got a lot of fans out there, so please keep up the hard work, and hopefully we can get you back into the studio working at your old desk again soon enough.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right.
Well, thanks
Bye.
everybody for tuning in. I'm going to go ahead and end things with Michael here, but stick around because I want to talk about this event next week. Michael, we'll see you again soon, pal. Thank you so much.
Okay. Take it easy.
All
Thanks a
right.
lot.
Of course.
Bye, fans.
All right. Again, Michael's work is amazing. I want to show everybody my Chuck Mangione one more time in case you missed it. Bunch of his stuff just went up on the store today. That's the projectonward.org, threadless.com/projectonward, if I'm not mistaken. There's a link on the website. Um, but also, I want to encourage everyone to go to projectonward.org and learn more about the annual fall fundraiser that we're having next week. Now, typically, this would be held in the studio. There'd be a big party, music, drinks. Um, for obvious reasons, we can't really comfortably, safely do that this year. So it's all going to be a virtual event. And I've been proud to help sort of organize this thing. Myself and the other members of the auxiliary board, with the help of the incredible staff and volunteers and artists at Project Onward, have put together a 2-day virtual fundraiser called Voices Amplified. If you don't know, this year coincides with the 30th anniversary of the Americans with Disability Act, which, as you can imagine, is very near and dear to everyone involved at Project Onward. So we're really kind of celebrating that. We're going to have a virtual panel talking to people about their experiences with that and with art making. And there will be raffles and other giveaways. And on day 2, there's going to be a variety show, which I had the pleasure of kind of producing that segment with Lightning Speed, the Project Onward band, featuring Louie DeMarco and Adam Hines. We've also got some performances by Ruby Bradford, Dejon Barrett, Jano Jugulon, and oh gosh, I hope I'm not forgetting anyone. All the details are on the website, and it's going to be such an amazing event. Tickets are dirt cheap, and we'll obviously be supporting an amazing cause. So check it out, find out all the details, buy your ticket, join us next week on the 15th and 16th. That's Thursday and Friday. And maybe you can win a prize. If nothing else, you're going to have a lot of fun and feel good knowing that you're supporting a great cause. Thanks again, everybody, for tuning in. We'll see you again next week with another interview, and I will offer more details on the... Actually, I'm sorry, scratch that. We may not do an interview next week because we'll be doing the fundraiser. I don't know, we'll figure it out. Maybe we can do it earlier in the week or something. But as always, follow Project Onward on Instagram and Facebook. Go to projectonward.org. Buy some stuff from the store. Keep supporting this wonderful cause. Thank you again to Michael Hopkins and to all the staff and volunteers and to all of you for watching. We'll see you again next time.